July 31st, 2011, I was put into a situation that I actually had to put what I had taught into practice. And I had received a phone call that my son had been hit head on, and later found out that it was a drunk driver. They had mentioned there was a fatality on the scene, and we just assumed that it was the drunk driver because Kevin was still there. We later found out that it wasn't the drunk driver. The drunk driver was in the hospital, same hospital we were at, and they were actually talking about my son Kevin. He had died 3 times on the way to the hospital. But I knew that I wanted to do something to bring awareness in the community. I wanted to do something to keep other families from dealing with what we were dealing with and going through the pain and the grief that we were going through. The Bible says that we have to forgive or God can't forgive us. And I didn't want to be in that position for God to not be able to forgive me, because we all do things on a daily basis that we need forgiveness for. And in order for God to do that, we have to forgive those that do things against us. When they informed me that her parole hearing was coming around 11 months after she was incarcerated, God and I had a conversation. And, I told God, I was like, God, really, is 11 months, is Kevin's life not worth more than that? And he reminded me that in the beginning, I told him that I trusted him to do it his way, his timing. I felt like that I was supposed to go to her parole hearing and speak on her behalf. And when I sat down to write what God wanted me to say at the parole hearing, I was like, God, I don't even know what to say, how to even start it. And he said, just write what you hear. And the way that I started my address to the parole board was, I'm guilty of murder too. And the person that I killed, his father forgave me and accepted me as family and treats me no different than his children. And that person was Jesus, and his father forgave me. But she was released in November of 2013, and we have been able to spend time together and form even a closer friendship than we had writing letters back and forth. And she started speaking with me in January and telling our story together of how choices matter and the ripple effect of those choices. And I'm so grateful that I chose to trust God and to forgive, because otherwise we wouldn't be making the impact that we're making. I would like for you all to meet Tish Stephens, and this is my friend, and we make an impact in the community together. And I would like for her to share from her heart about what forgiveness means to her.
Well, first of all, I'll start with, before this, I didn't know anything about forgiveness. It's hard for me to understand how Tiki can be so forgiving to me. But I'm very grateful and thankful that she has God in her heart and has found a way to forgive me for what I've done to her and her family. It's given me the opportunity to change my life around, to have a purpose in life, to be able to share my story with you guys and anyone that will listen, to maybe make an impact and hopefully change other people's minds about the choices that they make. And hopefully we can save someone's life by sharing our story together.
God has given me such a love for her that it's almost like I feel like she's my kid. And it's all because of forgiveness. All because I allowed God to do what He wanted to do in my life. And because of that, it allowed God to do what He wanted to in Tisha's life, and to show her that forgiveness is available no matter what you've done. And I'll get to introduce her to Kevin one day. I'm so excited. So thank you so much for allowing us to share our story, and I hope y'all have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you.